the prototype. I think it goes without saying, but you should say it anyway. Prototype that we're looking for here today.
If we're talking about off-the-ball linebackers, inside linebackers, Luke Kuechly is the best guy in the game today. And let's take a look at why he's so darn good now. You know, he's got an ability to sift over and under, but when he has to take a block on, he will. Watch him against ISO, blow the fullback up, bench press him, and make the tackle. But what he does best is sideline to sideline. Watch him get a feel. He runs away from the tackle. Now here comes the guard. Stack and shed drill that we see out there and makes the tackle. How about coverage? Is he the best in the game? Man, he runs underneath the tight end, and look at the catch he makes against Jason Witten.
About 30 yards downfield.
End zone. Okay, he's going to carry the number 2 guy through, but he feels the number 3 guy coming from the outside, reads the quarterback, runs underneath it. There is not a linebacker in football that understands the pass game like Luke Kuechly. And Rich, here he is. You and I sitting here watching this a couple years ago. Luke Kuechly, at 240 plus or minus pounds, he ran in the 4.5s, became the number 9 overall pick, and is kind of redefining the inside linebacker position.
Yeah, and that's the brass that he impressed. There's Dave Gettleman, the general manager of the Panthers, right there, watching. Probably there's a few seconds behind what we just saw right there. And Kuechly, I mentioned it last time as you look at the top 5 linebackers of you mentioned this about an hour ago. Should mention it again. In the history of National Football League postseason, never in a single postseason have we seen a pick 6 in back-to-back games by the same guy. Think about what I'm about to say. With all of the legendary secondary snipers that have come and gone in the National Football League or are still in the league, it was a linebacker who was the first to do it. It was Luke Kuechly this year. Luke Kuechly this year picking off Russell Wilson and Carson Palmer in back-to-back playoff games.
And because we have a second here, I mean, I'm a BC guy. That's obviously where he went, and he was a junior having to decide whether to come out, right? So Barry Gallup, who recruited me to BC and recruited Luke to BC, called me and said, would you mind talking to Luke about whether or not he should come out in the draft? So I remember I was in a hotel one night. I get this phone call. Mr. Mayock, this is Luke Kuechly. Thank you so much for talking to me. My mom really wants me to graduate, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go in the first round or not. And if I go in the first round, I said, Luke, just stop. I've watched 3 tapes. I've talked to a bunch of people in the league. And if you're not awful in your 40 at the combine, you're going in the first 20 picks. And the better you run, the higher you're going. So trust me, you're a first-round pick.
Well, at Super Bowl week, I was interviewing Ronnie Lott, and Ronnie Lott said he reminds him of Mike Singletary. Ronnie Lott said this.
His instincts are unbelievable.